Hi, my name's Mark. I'm in New Zealand and I've recently passed my competency-based training and assessment course to get my restricted motorcycle license. Something that was in that course was the position of your motorcycle within the lane and the head checks required. While it is mentioned in the road code, positioning is referenced in there just in terms of really being safe. Head checks are referenced in there more in terms of doing a head check before a full lane change, or a head check after indicating before you turn, a head check for diverging, things like that, but not quite a head check for moving between positions of the same lane that you're in. And then there wasn't too much in that, or the guide, the CBTA guide before the course, about when to use those positions of the lane and when to do the head checks. So I just put this little video together to help out. And this is relevant to New Zealand in 2025. Let's go for a ride.
So when you're driving in a car along a road, you typically have the lane and you're in the middle of the lane. There's not too much going on with positioning. But on a motorcycle, you have to split the lane up into three sections. You have the left, center, and the right. Sort of not too much of a regulation that you're in the center of the lane at any time, and actually the center of the lane is where you usually have oil drips from cars and it's a bit mucky and you don't really have the tyres of a car clearing out the road of any dirt and the like. So it's largely about the right and the left. And it's then about what's the safest position for you as the rider. The safest position for you as the rider is typically away from other cars. So as this car approaches, a shoulder check, move over to the left. Shoulder check, move back over to the right. And why I'd be on the right on a road like this is all of the driveway entrances, side roads, all of those things where vehicles could suddenly appear, especially in blind sections, blind corners, and just come into the road. But as a car's approaching, you're safest to be away from the car. The trick is as well is that when you're moving between these sections of the road, you typically need to be doing a shoulder check. That's a fun one. That seems to be largely just in case another motorcyclist is coming up behind you really quick. And right here we have a curve round to the right, so we're going to stay on the left side of the road. Best possible view around the corner for you looking, and also for vehicles to see you as you come around. And then we could do shoulder check, shift to the right side of the lane, away from all these driveway entrances, any potholes on the left side of the road. As this car approaches, shoulder check, left side of the road. Shoulder check, right side of the road. So what's interesting here, in terms of spacing, maximum space between you and another vehicle that's approaching, that also applies to vehicles coming up behind you. So in this passing lane, if there was a vehicle coming up behind and I was over here, I could see the vehicle coming up behind, I would head check left, move over, give it maximum amount of space as it came past. And then as it came past, I would head check, move to the right, so I've got space between me and side roads, driveways on the left. If the vehicle comes up again, head check, move back over to the left, let the vehicle pass, give way to the cyclist. What up? So we approach this bend, we want maximum vision around the corner, so we'll head check to the side, move over to the left side of the road, take the left side all the way around the corner. Maximum vision for us, maximum vision for cars approaching so they can see us. And then we'll head check again to the right. Move across. Around the corner. And we'll stay in this portion of the road so we've got maximum space from the side roads, driveway exits, potholes. We have a blind hill here, so we'll head check, move across to the left. In case there's any cars coming that we couldn't see. And we're good. So we'll head check, move across to the right. None of this is indicating, you're just moving positions within the lane that you're currently in. You don't want to give people the wrong signal. And around this corner we'll head check, move across to the right, maximum visibility for vehicles approaching you and for you going around the corner. Going to do mirrors, indicate. I'm not going to go quite on the right side of the road here because people cut the corner. Come to a stop before the line, nice and clear. You can see here we've got a window, as my instructor Joe called it. So you've got this white line coming there, white line coming there. That's the centre line that you are not allowed to cross as you make your turn. And check to the side before we make the turn. Well, through the window, accelerate promptly. So head check, move across to the right for this left-hand curve. Let's keep any braking and gear changes to before the bend if we can. Around the curve, keeping to that right side. Here's approaching this intersection, we're going straight on, but you're still good to ease off the accelerator. Scan, make sure we're clear before accelerating off again. And when you're on your test, it's pretty much a given that people will assume that you're doing your scans with just a slight movement of your head and looking with your eyes, you'll see plenty. But as your instructor will tell you, they can't see your eyes moving. So you need to be very obvious with your head movements as you're scanning these side exits. And because you're doing a lot of your head checks as well, you end up moving your head around an awful lot. Don't do this test if you've got a sore neck. We need to give up our right of way here. We're good. So we're going to keep to this right side as we go around this corner to the left. Heaps of visibility for us, both for us looking and for cars approaching. And then we'll stay on the right side of the lane for these side exits, for any mud and dirt in the left side of the road. But if we have a blind hill ahead of us, where there could be a car approaching, we'll do a head check to the left, move over, regain that visibility, head check to the right, move back over to the centre. Car approaching here, so we'll head check to the left, move over, let it pass, ease off the accelerator for this intersection, head check, move to the right, give the intersection lots of space, we'll scan as we go past it. And we'll keep in the right side of the lane here. We do have side road to the right which we'll scan, side road to the left that we'll scan. Blind hill ahead, so we'll head check, move to the left, give ourselves the maximum chance as we come up here before the full visibility. There is a vehicle up there, but with this curve as well, we'll stay on the left side of the road, let the car go past, head check, move over to the right, back in that right side of the road. So it's quite uncommon that you'll find yourself wanting to keep in the middle of the road. The middle is typically where oil drips from vehicles, the car tyres will have cleared more of the dirt and mud and dampness from the right and left side of the road. So when you're following vehicles in a city, in traffic, generally the safest position is in this right side of the road. You want to be behind the vehicle in front's right wheels. If you're behind their right wheels, you're in the best position for them to be able to see you in their mirrors. You're going to be giving yourself 2 seconds distance between you and the car in front, or 4 if it's icy or wet. So we're going to slow for this one. We get our braking and gear changes done before the corner. And they're keeping in the right side of the road for maximum visibility. We're going to go straight on. I'm not going to quite stop in that corner as people cut the corner. And we're clear. Straight across. Slow for the intersection, railroad crossing, scanning. Scanning of the side roads. and onto the Ashley Hotel. Scanning the side roads. You can see how this position's putting us in the maximum distance between anyone suddenly appearing in those side roads. We're going to go around to the left following the road. So we'll keep fairly in there to the right, giving ourselves maximum visibility. When passing vehicles, we'll give them space to open their doors suddenly. I think the key thing for me was that it felt unnatural. You know, once you pass your test and you know all the instructions and rules and laws, you're not really going to be riding in the same way as you do when you do your test. And that's not to say that you're not going to follow the rules while you're doing your test, but you're really going to enhance the rules. I mean, with those head checks to either side, scanning of the side roads. Oh, cheers, mate. You're really scanning, turning your head. Not for driveways, but for side roads. As your instructor will tell you, they can't see your eyes moving. So in the real world, just a small movement of your head and moving your eyes left and right is going to give you heaps of visibility to scan those side roads and check if there's any vehicles coming. But your instructor can't see your eyes moving and barely see your slight turns of the head. So they're really going to want to see you turning your head. And that's why riding doing your test is actually quite different to riding in the real world. You can complain about that, or you can suck it up and just get it done. What they don't tell you in the road code or in the competency-based training and assessment guide is that you can have 25 faults, which seems like a lot, but they do stack up pretty quickly. And actually, there's a table. This table has, I think it was situations in the particular situations and activities in the column, and a type of fault in the row, something like that. And you're allowed 10 faults in a row, or 15 faults in a column, or the other way around. And the essence of that is, while you can have 25 faults overall, if you have 10 faults of the same type, so you miss your head check 10 times. Speaking of which, stop here. If you miss your head check 10 times, that's a failure, regardless of the 25 overall faults. So you have so many faults of a particular type, like a head check, and that's you done. Or if you do so many faults during one of the activities, for example, proceeding in a straight line or proceeding on the straight, that's you done. So I'm out here in North Canterbury, and one of the great things about North Canterbury is the mix of regular roads and this sort of thing. Mud, bit gravel, some fords every now and again, the old stream crossing. That's what makes the Royal Enfield Scram 411 so good. It's not a powerful bike at all, but that's not why you choose this bike. It's certainly a good combination for the roads, and then when your road turns into gravel and mud and stream crossings and the like, you can just carry on. And it really just does that. It just tractors along. Speaking of tractors, there you going?